It's been a long 22 years, but finally, racing is back at Nazareth Speedway, a track that's hosted everything from trucks and the Grand National Series to the Indy Racing League. Now it's time for the Bona Cup Series to take center stage at this one-of-a-kind speedway. Hello folks, and welcome to the Save the Speedway 400. Now, with how long it's been since racing last took place here, the question to my co-host is this: what do you think we can expect from the drivers today?
The Nazareth Speedway may look like a typical oval, but trust me, it is not. On the front stretch, there is a bit of a bend that isn't on any other track, as well as the corners being a lot tighter than other racetracks on the schedule, so it could cause some trouble for inexperienced drivers at this speedway.
Yeah, we haven't had a road course since the third race of the season, so while we're still not having a road course, this is pretty much the closest thing to it. Pretty much all four corners are different distances and bankings and profiles, and also a lot of heavy braking here, so maybe someone with road course experience could surprise us today.
And when you think of the drivers that are racing today, there are two types that I'm going to be looking out for. The first of those being the older, more experienced drivers. Think of guys in the field like Johnny Sauter, Casey Atwood, Scott Wimmer, Casey Mears, and Elliott Sadler, the latter of which won a Busch race here back in 1997. All of these guys have been here before, they know a lot more than the rest of the field, and I think that's going to be a big advantage today.
Well, one person that raced here before is Michael McDowell. However, he's going to need that experience as he has a mountain to climb after receiving a points penalty for that incident at Michigan with David Reagan. So, the best way to get rid of a penalty is winning and locking yourself into the playoffs. So, might McDowell do that? Who knows? Well, someone with also a mountain to climb is Brandon Jones. After that hard crash at Michigan, Ty Gibbs will have to sit out a few races. So, Joe Gibbs has tapped in Brandon Jones after a stellar 2025 season. What can he do in that number 54?
For this Commonwealth double, 8 drivers in the field are driving cars with the respective 2 convenience store chains known for being in Pennsylvania, Wawa and Sheetz. The Wawa drivers are AJ Allmendinger, Regan Smith, Josh Wicke, and Ryan Preece in a car that is reminiscent of the Wawa in Wildwood, New Jersey, about 2.5 hours away from this track. And then the so-called Sheetz freaks are Scott Wimmer, Johnny Sauter, Travis Kafapel, and Landon Castle.
Well, that's one of the battles that will take place today, but let's take a look at the full starting lineup. Let's send it down to the Bluetooth Droner for today's starting grid. Well, the pole sitter for today's race goes back to the road course races that we talked about earlier. Shane Van Gisbergen, Daytona winner, will take the inside, and to his outside, Trackhouse teammate and playoff contender Daniel Suarez. Taking up third place in his first start, Brandon Jones, the number 54. Alongside him is Brian Vickers for Red Bull. Then behind them, it's Eric Jones and Eric Almirola, 2 Toyotas. The first of our Wawa cars, AJ Allmendinger, will start in 7th, and alongside him, the point leader, Elliott Sadler. And rounding out the top 10, our favourite driver, of course, except he's not in the CW car this week, Matt DiBenedetto and Austin Dillon in the WeatherTech number 3.
Then is Reed Sorta's DHL car, and to his outside is David Reagan in the Consumer Cellular car. Then in the Wildwood Wawa car, it is Ryan Preece, followed by Ty Dillon in the Ferris car. Then the first of the so-called Sheetz freaks, Scott Wimmer, followed by Todd Gill and the Todd father. Then it's Danica Patrick, and to her outside, Carson Kosovar riding the Dente. And then is Michael McDowell coming off a points penalty, and then to his outside, Justin Haley.
Well, behind that, doing it for the gamers, it's Landon Castle in the Sheetz gaming machine next to Marcus Ambrose. Behind that, it's David Stremme in that great OpenAI car next to Daniel Hemrick. Following that, it is John Hunter Nemechek next to Josh Bilicki. And following that, it is 2 RFK cars and 2 winners on the season. It's Trevor Bayne and Ricky Sinhouse Jr. And behind them, it's the other Red Bull car of Scott Speed next to Sam Hornish Jr.
As we enter the 30s in this field, it's Noah Gregson in 31st to his outside Casey,
Yeah, but-
reminding you, of course, that Ram is coming back to NASCAR. Behind him, the other Casey Miz in the Hendrick 25, and to his outside, another one of the Wawa cars is Regan Smith. In 35th place for Rick Ware Racing, it's the number 51 of Corey LaJoy, and alongside him, for Front Row Motorsports, the number 35 of Cole Whip. Harrison Burton hasn't had the best qualifying today. He starts in 37th alongside Travis Quapple in the 73. And rounding out the top 40, it is the final of the Sheets Freaks, Johnny Sauter, and alongside him, the Parts Plus number 15 of JJ Yaley.
Then rounding out the field with some grapes is Justin Allgaier, followed by Garrett Smithley, who's been a standout driver this season. And last is Brendan Gaughan.
But let's send it over to the command. And here to give the command to start engines at Nazareth, it's no one better than a Pennsylvania native, Glep. Another fantastic command from the Bonar Cup Series people. See a car pulling to the apron in the back. I think that's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Oh no, that's the winner from last week.
Well, I guess he's locked in, so that doesn't really
Wait.
matter.
We're going to go green nonetheless here. It's going to be Shane Van Gisbergen. They cross the line, and we are underway. Suarez
Good
does
launch
not get a
from
good
Shane
start.
Van Gisbergen already. See, Brendan Jones can maybe split the Trackhouse teammates. I think he will.
Making his first start today, as we've said. High expectations.
Eric Jones not far behind.
A pretty good restart from the Gibbs drivers.
Yeah, that is Stenhouse.
So he is coming out of the pit, so I guess whatever it was wasn't terminal or anything, but this will
Well, he's
carry
already a
on the
lap
run.
down.
The Dalton for position.
Stenhouse is gonna have to hope for a couple yellows to fall his way.
Well, considering how the track is, I wouldn't be surprised.
They've kept it clean so far, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
back
still a
in
couple
when the
cars.
track was open before, because we used to see a lot of carnage.
Side by side further back, but as it stands, the lead pretty cut and dry. Shane Van Gisbergen, although Brandon Jones was under pressure from Eric Jones.
And Edge Yomaninger flying the flag for Wawa, and the rivalry as a whole. Oh, behind the wall, that's Brian Vickers. Goes way high.
The outside line is a bit of a struggle spot at this racetrack, not where you want to be running.
Almost like,
I mean, yeah, just
a road course or something.
looking at this track, it's definitely one of the narrower racetracks we race on, and especially given the variety in turns, it's going to be a difficult one to race wheel to wheel with, although we're seeing it now. Michael McDowell picking a spot through turn one.
Yeah, but
Or
Sadler's
perhaps turn
trying to
two.
keep it on the outside, and he's actually kind of managing to do that.
He's going to get a good entry here. Actually kind of moves Sadler out of the way. He's forced to back out of it. That gives Stenhouse a chance, although he's a lap down.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, maybe Stenhouse can just unlock himself on pace.
Well, certainly no lack of pressure. Priest is coming.
Let's see. Rob Reyes, Ty Dillon, next star of K-Car, Trevor Bain.
They look slightly bunched up a bit further back. Got a three-car pack there, but we are wheel to wheel again. This time, 4 position. Bain looking at it. Maybe he wanted to try to take it 3 wide, but not there yet. Dillon clear of Sadler. Here comes Bain now.
Side by side into from number 3. He Landon Castle making his way up here as well.
Starcom not really been getting any results, so good to see him. Was that Todd Gilliland in the wall? He slowed down a fair bit, now passed by Danica Patrick.
You never want to be passed by Danica Patrick.
Definitely not. You also definitely don't want to be passed by John Hunter Nemechek. Or for
Oh,
Casey
definitely.
Mears, you don't want to be passed by Scott Wimmer in an inferior car.
A dirty sheets freak.
And he is, I make Casey Mears a bit freaked out.
You
David
see,
Reagan behind
David
him.
Reagan.
But
Oh, there's a-
contact maybe
there's
between
one.
Hocevar and Justin Allgaier.
Allgaier started at the back. He is really working his way through the field, but Carson Osevar doesn't care about that.
Well,
About
when does
3
Carson
cars.
Hocevar care about anything?
That just got past Allgaier, maybe about to be a fourth. Here comes Travis Quapple. They are all way bunched together back here.
Yeah, it is a fast
Clear
back
out
there.
in the lead is Van Gisbergen.
That
Brandon
is-
Jones, Eric Jones holding on. Allmendinger catching them as well.
I was gonna say
Is
single
Matt
file, but that
Benedetto.
is,
No, he's in
Hard
the wall.
not single file anymore. That's gonna open the door for Michael McDowell.
I thought De
Surprised
Benedetto
he
was going
got
to go
slower
for a
after
move, but he moved it just into the wall.
Well, I think that's just how durable these Gen 6 cars are. Gonna take a beating and survive.
Passed by the lap car of Stenhouse.
Yeah, 17 has speed.
Oh,
Oh,
Brandon
blown
Jones
up.
is
blown up.
The second Gibbs engine was seen blown up this season,
Now that's trouble for that young man. First
and
start
he is
had a
definitely not making it back to the pits, and that's gonna be a
Yellow.
yellow immediately.
mountain of
As-
expectations, and that's the worst way for it to end.
Shane Van
Nothing
Gisbergen
he
leads
could
us
do.
back to the caution. Guess we'll see what happened. Well, here's a replay of what happened. Kind of, just racing fine, and then it just blew up. Right on the nose of his teammate that holds him up. Kind of bunch up the field here. But
Yeah,
no
held
one else
Suarez
really
up too.
involved in there. It's good there's no oil dripping or anything. This just throws back to a commercial.
Hey, Coach Gibbs.
Hey, Brandon.
You've won a lot of championships over the years. What's one thing you'll never forget?
Those ice water baths poured on me after those games. That was awful.
So what brings you into Menards besides the great prices and services?
A new water heater.
You've come to the right place. Menards has the best selection of Richmond water heaters.
Let's just leave the coaching to me. What are you buying?
A water cooler to celebrate our next big win.
No.
Save big money at Menards.
Alright, and welcome back to the NR2003 Boner Cup Series here at Nazareth Speedway. Saw a pretty quick caution, just had to get some oil out of the grass. So we'll be going green shortly. SVG leads us back to the restart zone. And we're back underway.
Great
And
launch for the
last
Wawa
time-
car.
Yeah, I was going to say, last time it was a good launch for the inside line, but AJ has gotten a huge jump there.
Yeah, and that front
SVG
row is
behind-
both road course ringers, so
He's defending from 2 cars there, was holding off Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez, his teammate. Jones getting the better hand of it. Almirola past
move
Suarez.
up, Reed Sorensen. Michael McDowell might make a move on Brian Vickers here. Very aggressive, and he hits the wall, but no real damage done here. We're 3 wide back here.
Danica able to get ahead of it. But Sadler might push the issue.
And we are stacking up all over the back of the field.
A lot of cars moving everywhere.
Up
They're
front,
keeping it
it's all
together.
AJ.
Stenhouse.
Battle for second.
Here's Eric Jones. It is worth noting, Stenhouse was the lucky dog after that caution, so he's back on the lead lap.
I feel he was showing speed. before the caution came out, so he's going to be one to watch as this race goes on. But right now, we're watching Shane van Gisbergen under pressure from Almirola.
But Almirola goes
Sorensen,
high, he hits the
Suarez.
wall, and
Oh!
that's going to give the
Sorensen.
place to Sorensen. And maybe Daniel Suarez, maybe Michael McDowell, maybe Ty
Same
Dillon.
thing happened to Matt De Benedetto. Maybe a corner to watch out.
And call that Calamity Corner or something like that. Ty Dillon
Oh,
aggressive
oh,
on Eric
there.
Almirola. But no real damage done here. Back up to the front, and AJ is just gone.
There's something that I like to see, for sure, but cars going all over the place. Something could happen as we keep running.
Yeah, it seems like you can't really run double file without hitting the wall here. Maybe some marbles or slick surface. We haven't raced here since 2004, so... We had some repaving, but that's about it.
Well, driver's still on track, keeping it neat for the moment. Still got a lot of laps to go. We're seeing De Benedetto and Scott Wimmer fighting it out here. They both keep it out the wall. Scott's
Maybe a
speed following
break
them.
off here, but Matt Benedetto gets the best of that one. He's got speed as well.
Atwood making the move
Here's
on
Atwood.
Scott Wimmer.
You know what? Gregson also might make a move here. We'd like to see that. But here's Ryan Priest. Here's Johnny Sauter. Carson Osavar. It's 2 Sheets cars in a row. Ricky Sino Jr. trying to make a move on Carson Osavar. I think this is for 23rd.
Oh, he's well past him now.
Yeah, so
Well,
is
for
Harrison
being at the
Burton,
back of the grid.
So is Sam Hornish Jr.
Yeah, Hornish making good progress. He started this race in 30th.
Oh, close
So-
between the Spire teammates. It's Justin Haley.
Landon Castle's going to be watching that. He's going to pick a spot and go for it.
That's a former Spire guy, so I don't know.
He
So
is
that'll-
gaming right now.
Yeah, and I think every gamer feeling very happy for Landon Castle and cheering him on. Garrett Smithley also pretty solid up here. Smith
And we've
as
got a
well.
wheel-to-wheel battle. That's Regan and Josh Balicki, and Regan will get the best of it. They are 2 Wawa cars.
There's some
Austin
cars
Dillon
in
is
this field.
struggling.
Yeah, there's some cars in this field that aren't technically part of this whole Wawa and Sheets thing, but they're still sort of related, especially the Red Bull cars. Normally they run, local places that sell Red Bull, so, Wawa or Sheets would be one of them.
Yeah, I suppose they'd have to pick a side. Red Bull fighting their own fight. You think of Corey LaJoy with Celsius, a couple other drivers sponsored
Oh,
by...
Ty Dillon!
Oh.
Oh my!
He's in the
Oh.
wall! He's upside down!
That's gonna be a
Oh.
caution. Daniel Hemrick keeps going.
And the side of that car is torn up.
We
Ty
might
Dillon.
need to delete the footage on that one.
Might be some redacted footage here. Still.
Sorry. Nico Hulkenberg? Ah,
Fix Auto. The first words that should come to mind after an accident.
nice to know you have my back and my bumper.
The Save the Speedway 400 rolls on as we're coming back to the restart. AJ Allmendinger for Kolig Racing and the Wawa squad will lead the way. Alongside him, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, and the pole sitter, who's dropped down to 4th, Shane van Gisbergen, as we're going to come through the last turn and make it to the line. Green flag is out, and it's a big jump for Daniel Suarez.
Adriano trying to stay with him, but gets loose off the corner and just can't keep up with Daniel Suarez.
So I switched from the inside getting the good launches to the outside getting the good launches, and now it's twice in a row for the outside, so...
Yes, what we've seen, it's very difficult to be even on these restarts.
Yeah,
Jones
Trevor
following him,
Bain
Bain will
forcing
go up
his way
4th.
through. Fiji's gonna drop another spot. There's Michael McDowell, Eric Almirola, contact in the back to save it.
And the 38 was really loose there.
Yeah, so 38, it's also Johnny Sauter and Casey Atwood, I think it was.
Gilliland had problems earlier. He was one of the first to smash that wall in turn
3 wide back
2,
here.
I believe.
We're gonna allow, maybe.
Scrammy gets the short end of the stick, although he's still got the Joy alongside him.
And
But AJ,
Daniel
he's
Suarez.
not lost too much time off the back of Suarez.
yeah, but Suarez just kind of, I don't know. It's hard to pass if you don't like go off the inside lane, unless you get a bump and run going or something like that.
AJ could, I would think of it, he could go for a dive into,
I mean, if I'm
believe, turn
AJ, I have
3.
nothing to lose. You know, Daniel Suarez is pretty much locked into the playoffs already. And AJ is also kind of locked in, but I'm sure a win would be nice.
Well, it's a battle of who wants it more, and if you're asking me, out of the top 4, Eric Jones, he's been making up speed. He's not really had anything this season.
But
So
out
this
of
is
the top
his
10,
probably.
I think whoever wants it the most is Michael McDowell.
Yeah, that's something to consider as well. A lot of guys, combustible elements, you might say, as we are just over a third of the way through this race. A lot more can still happen.
Teammate Gisbergen
Michael
going up
McDowell.
to 6th.
Michael McDowell really has to fight here. I mean, if he... Oh, and he's not going to, I guess.
Well,
There he goes, into the wall. But,
I guess.
you know, if he gets
There
a
was a
win, he
fight
has
behind him.
football wounds.
There we go.
That's Marcus
Ambrose,
Ambrose,
Sorensen, Almirola.
Sorensen, or Almirola. You know, you'd think Marcus Ambrose is pretty good at this track. You know, we talked about the road course ringers. So SCG can get the poles, and surely Ambrose can do something too.
And you can see a couple cars back. Sam Hornish Jr., he started way down. He's going to get past Eric Almirola there. I spoke to Hornish earlier. He said that today is a day for redemption. Way back in, I believe, 2001 or 2002, he raced in the Indy Racing League here, and he came up 2nd. So today is a day where he wants to get that win for the first time, and he's doing a good job so far. He's got Sorensen up ahead to pass. But there's a while before that happens, I feel. Sorensen going after Ambrose.
Right on the bumper of him. Gonna move him up the track, and I think that's
get
gonna
to the
be a
door.
pretty easy move here.
Sorensen, good racing experience, a lot of years behind him. Doing a good job out here for Chip Ganassi Racing.
Oh, and
Although he's in the wall. And that's a
maybe
spot for
not
Hornish.
anymore.
And Ambrose gets it back. Nearly.
Yeah, Team Penske and Chip Ganassi have a pretty good rivalry in open wheels, so maybe rekindled somewhat.
Interesting that these two legacy cars have pretty much stuck together. They certainly didn't start next to each other, I don't believe, but they're sticking together. Casey Atwood, another driver that's moved up. Of course, we're looking at 11th place right now with Sorensen.
On the edge of the top 10. Still Suarez up front, so...
Yeah, AJ again staying kind of stagnant, not really gaining, not really losing.
They're
think they're
actually going slow. I think there is a
There's a
caution
caution.
Oh, caution.
for... Ooh.
And they're pitting, but Eric Jones isn't. We're going to have to check the replay. We've checked the cameras, and it seems Todd Gilliland was at fault. He's got his teammate Cole Witt coming through turn 2, and he turns, and that's what we saw with Daniel Hemrick and Ty Dillon. They both keep going. That's a massive hit.
And that's a teammate.
I think
It is a teammate.
I think Todd Gilliland got the worst of it. Well, here's another angle. See, focusing on Cole Witt, and he just gets turned, and then kind of just drives it out. So yeah, he does get in the way of J.J. Yaley and Harrison Burton, but he's okay, I guess.
He didn't actually lose that many spots.
Yeah, so we'll go to commercial.
When you do what I do for a living, stopping is not really something you're interested in doing.
No stopping. Nope.
All right, guys, coming in here. 4-tire pit stop.
Not stopping.
I'm NASCAR Cup Series driver Ryan Preece, and even I have time to stop for school buses.
The NR2003 Boner Cup Series, brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh.
Eric Jones, the leader, after his teammate blew up earlier in the race, and to his outside, it's Michael McDowell, followed by Shane Van Gisbergen and David Reagan. Michael
Might be the
McDowell
most
win would be
terroristic front row ever, to be honest. But
Michael McDowell, a win would be huge for that 34 team, but he's going to get off to a great restart.
no, that definitely helps the whole winning thing, and he's already like way clear.
Yeah, Eric Jones didn't have a chance on that one.
I guess what can you really do? But Shane Van Gisbergen trying to make his way up again. See Marcus Ambrose as well. Battle of Supercars drivers.
Yeah, they're having a day. Oh, never mind. They're not having a day.
Oh, and here comes Reed Sorensen. Is Marcus Ambrose gonna scoot past him?
I'm blaming you for that one, buddy.
Waddle. I'm blaming Shane Van Gisbergen. Anyway, Johnny Sauter flying the flag for Sheets.
Yeah, two of the Sheets freaks have made their way towards the front here. Landon Castle not far behind him.
And I might be wrong. I don't think there's a single Wawa car in the top 10 anymore. But see, Josh Balicki is the highest one.
Yeah, AJ Allending is
Austin
hit.
Dillon also there with him. He's recovering. You saw him in the back earlier this race, and he's usually towards the front, trying to get back to where he usually is.
Yeah, almost like an off day for Austin Dillon. But someone else having kind of an off day is Elliott Sadler. Kind of haven't seen anything of him.
I think he's getting to the point he's playing the playoff game smart, where he can just ride things out now. Don't really need to win the regular season.
But
As long as
Daniel
you're in the
Hemrick
playoff.
looking like he wants to win the regular season.
Well, he's coming back from that big wreck with Ty Dillon, although he's still under a lot of pressure. Danica Patrick to his side, Regan Smith to his rear.
We'll see
This
if
is a big
there's,
pack right now.
if there's any, I guess, word from the officials on if anything happens with Daniel Hemrick, but we'll see.
Smith goes by, Vickers follows him, Atwood looking at it too,
Atwood,
he's
yeah.
clear, so is Bain, that's a
AJ.
lot of cars.
Daniel Hemrick is kind of off the pace here. I guess it's not surprising, but so
And there
whatever
were your leaders.
strategy was happening, kind of shuffled this grid out. See, AJ and Daniel Suarez are 1-2, and now they're like below the top 20. We're
Well,
looking
I
at
mean, you have to imagine,
34th.
but that's what 33 other cars that didn't pit. You know, the way this race could shake out is going to be very interesting from here on out.
It's going to be an interesting strategy game. As going back to the front, still Michael McDowell, still Eric Jones, still Reed Sorensen, still Marcus Ambrose.
And it's going to be Sheets leading the battle with Johnny Sauter in 5th. A good day for him. He's not really been anywhere since the pole at Daytona.
Yeah, but he pretty sure he has one top 5 in the season. I think at Colorado. But besides that, not really much else.
He seems to like the shorter tracks.
And something that also likes the shorter tracks, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yep, from a lap down, he's made a ton of space.
Yeah, I think he's
Ton of
one of the
position.
cars that stayed out, or at least that makes sense. But
Doing good. You've got Shane Van Gisbergen under pressure from David Reagan.
I'm sure David Reagan wants to gain as many spots as possible for, that whole points thing.
Yeah, well, it's a battle for 7th at the minute. Landon Castle not far off. Probably a season best finish for Landon Castle here, as it stands.
Landon Castle today has the power of gaming by his side, which is propelling his car further forward than usual.
Yeah, all the gamers rooting for Landon Castle today.
Yeah, Landon Castle, Fortnite on the car.
Some sort of brand promotion or something? I don't actually know, but
I believe the fans of Fortnite would say he's cranking 90s at the minute.
yeah, but Michael McDowell is cranking 180s here at Nazareth.
Well, no matter what number, it doesn't really matter. Number 1 is the number leading this race.
And top 4 is pretty much stayed the same. See,
And there's in the wall.
I might open the door for SVG if he can get there. I'm not sure.
You'd think SVG would have the momentum.
Yeah, but not quite. See,
Set it up maybe for that.
Austin Dillon might make a move on Landon Castle. I don't think he's going to have anything for him.
Not quite. It's worth considering. It looks to me like the bulk majority of manufacturers in this top 10, definitely either Ford or Toyota. Of course, Ford leading. And the order has changed, I believe. No, it has not. Michael McDowell's still leading.
So currently, seems like Reed Sorensen has the fastest lap of this race, so something good for that Chip Ganassi 41 car. Maybe he can make his way forward again.
Yeah, if he keeps it up, he can pass Eric Jones and have a look at Michael McDowell.
I feel like out of any, not really championship contender, I guess playoff contender, kind of the most quiet one of anyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think of Reed Sorensen, you think of a solid hand, someone who can get the job done every day. And he's certainly been living up to that standard. Not much of a contender for wins, but certainly putting in good days, getting the team into a good rhythm. So that hard work could pay off here.
He's doing what they ask him to, which is about all you can do. But if we go a little bit further back, see, David Stremme is the Chip Ganassi driver that's already pretty solid in the playoffs. I think as of right now, he is currently 12th in points.
Yeah, good day for Ganassi, of course. A lot of ups and downs in their time. no championships in any series with stock cars, I don't believe.
Yeah, but that doesn't really stop them from trying, I guess.
Yeah, always capable, always contenders for 1 or 2 wins on the year. And it's Sorensen putting in the work today.
Yep, and as it stands, Davis Tremy is currently tied with one other car, which is Travis Quackle, which he is currently beating, so good for him. He's also beating Ty Dillon, who's out of this race.
You see a direct Wawa attack on feed streaks right now.
Yeah, big pack of cars here. You got 2 Wawas going after
one sheep.
A singular sheet.
But
Another Wawa
Travis Quackle has the aid of Danica Patrick. If it could be that Garrett Smithley really slow off that turn, he would have just hit the wall.
About expected.
As we're on lap 67 now, it's still Michael McDowell leading this race, I believe.
So Austin Dillon already made his way past Landon Castle, but also under pressure from Eric Almirola. I think they both passed SVG as these two are pitting. I wonder if anyone else is. It's David Reagan, Johnny Sauter. Here's the leaders, Michael McDowell.
Yeah, that's going to be the lead tag.
Yeah, it's a lot of cars down the pit lane, but we don't really need to see it. You can skip the pit stop.
Thanks to our great sponsors. Marcus Ambrose now pitting.
We can skip the pit stop, but of course we're going to have to be looking at AJ Allmendinger and Daniel Suarez. They were the leaders of the pack that pit way earlier in this race. Going to have to see where they can go and see if the undercut would have worked out for them.
So
yeah, they might skip a pit stop themselves.
I think Stenhouse, because he pitted early, is actually on a completely different pit strategy. So he might stay out a little bit further, which could help him if there's a caution. But
yeah, Ricky Stenhouse.
Yeah, not gonna be one. As Elliott Sadler pitting as well. See Eric Jones coming out of the pits. Here's Daniel Suarez. I wonder if he already pit actually, because he's not that far in front.
He's come out above. I want to say 4th place.
He's not the leader yet, but he would be the leader as soon as he cycled this lap through. But Casey Atwood actually trying to deny him from that. It's the power of Ram and Cummins in that 91 car, and he's going to drive right past him.
Yeah, well, they say nothing stops Ram. Well, there you go. Ricky Stenhouse. Sorry, Daniel Suarez, not that guy.
Normally he isn't, but there's Trevor Bain. He's another one of the cars that stayed out, or I guess pitted, but they're staying out now. Todd Gilliland up here as well. I feel like he's been in like every crash.
He's kept it together though. That car looks clean. Team has done a good job of fixing it up, getting it running.
Brendan Gaughan also up here. I don't actually know. He might be a lap car, but H.A. Allmendinger isn't. Here's Regan Smith. Reed Sorensen would be.
Regan and Allmendinger have stayed close in this last stint, as it were.
So, currently looking. So Eric Jones would be the leader as soon as everyone pits over Marcus Ambrose. He jumped Michael McDowell, I'm pretty sure. Then next car that pit would be Reed Sorensen, Austin Dillon.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies. Cars all over the place. It's what we like to see, though.
It's a bit of a different race from other boner races. It's more strategy than it is actual on-track passing. It's just
yeah, well, it feels like there's been
at Pocono, to be fair.
There's been a real lack of cautions as well. Of course, we've had a couple, and they normally dictate the pit stop strategy.
Yeah, but the
But,
cautions
not
that have
today.
happened have been pretty big accidents, all things considered. So look at fastest laps. So still Reed Sorensen with the fastest lap. I do wonder if maybe Marcus Ambrose is getting a bit closer to Eric Jones. I heard that could be something happening there.
You just have to keep an eye on that ticker. About
If I
2
had to
seconds between them.
guess, I don't think these guys can make it to the end. It would be a bit close if they can, but
Landon Castle gonna make the pass on Shane Van Gisbergen. They're wheel to wheel. Not quite clear yet. Is Van Gisbergen going to catch the wall? No, but Eric Jones is going to get loose off the side of him.
so Landon Castle currently running 38th. Obviously, he has pit, and some other people haven't.
Yeah, these the Castle and Gisbergen were top 10 prior to the pit cycle, so
Yeah, they actually might have lost a lot of time. They're behind Daniel Hemrick. I don't know if he hit already. Casey
Yeah,
Mears,
we're
Samantha
closing
Benedetto.
Closing in on 20 to go, so I don't know, maybe these drivers are trying to be bold and run it out and just try and save fuel. But, I mean, 20 laps isn't nothing.
Maybe bugging it out. Here the Rick Ware cars battling each other. LaJoy gets the best of it.
And looking at the ticker, there you go, Atwood Suarez very close. Maybe a move could be made.
Todd Gilliland, who's been seemingly a wreck magnet today, is in the top 3.
I wonder if Casey Atwood is currently saving fuel because he is very slow. He's kind of backing up Suarez into Todd Gilliland.
Yeah, Suarez all over him.
Gets over Bain, the AJ as well.
To the inside, it looked like he went, is he wheel to wheel or past? Suarez is going to get past the lead.
Actually, he's going to pit instead.
Never mind.
Well, I guess the best way to pass him is, best way to pass him is, you know, getting into clean air instead.
Could be a confidence knock to Atwood as well. I mean, your car coming into pit and he's still got past. It's going to say whatever strategy you're on, it's not working.
And so we'll see if Atwood stays out or he pits. He chooses the former. But Trevor Bain pits. So Reed Sorensen staying out. Let's see, he's one of the cars that hit earlier.
Yeah, it's Trevor Bain is marked as second.
Is Atwood coming down?
And that he
yes,
is.
He is.
So I think they'll make the leader currently AJ Allmendinger unless he pits, which I don't see him.
I think he did.
He very well might have.
So
There's Bain. There he is, coming out of pit exit there.
Be Tim Warner Jr., but he also pit. So I think the leader is
There's
Eric
Allmendinger
Jones?
merging back
Maybe?
onto the track.
Let's go back to the front. Actually, Marcus Ambrose trying to make a move on
Here
Eric
it is.
Jones, and I think he's just gonna clear him.
Yep,
This is
Toyota's
for the
great.
lead.
They're not didn't lead the lap yet, so they should lead as soon as they cross the line again.
So it looks like we're going to have a bit of a 3-car showdown between Ambrose, Eric Jones, and Michael McDowell.
Yeah, there it is. Ambrose leading.
GG is actually a lap down to them already.
I don't know what happened on the pit lane for the 88.
Trevor Bain. So next car is actually Reed Sorensen, who's almost a whole straightaway behind them.
You can see the gap about 7.5 seconds, says the ticker.
8 seconds to the
And
leader, but
a whole heap of cars in between the two. Ambrose gonna hold steady, not a winner before on ovals. Of course, quite good at Watkins Glen, but we're not there yet. And he's gonna have traffic now as Cole Witt and Daniel Suarez both in the wall.
yeah, Marcus Ambrose. Well, he hasn't won a race on an oval. He actually has won a pole.
Oh, Cole Witt again.
On a second time.
That was kind of unnecessary.
Damage,
And
but
that
is it a
holds up
caution?
Eric Jones and Michael McDowell.
I think we're still green.
Yeah, then no caution for that. Well, I was gonna say, Marcus Ambrose hasn't won a race on an oval, but he has won a pole before at Michigan.
That accident, that'll wake the drivers up, certainly. If you're Michael McDowell and Eric Jones, that had potential to be a disaster, but we're still going, amazingly.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't want to speculate or anything, but currently Daniel Suarez would be the free pass if there was a caution. So, interesting to think about.
I wouldn't be surprised if Michael McDowell gets to that 99. He's a bit aggressive. Because that really held up Michael McDowell and Eric Jones' push for the lead here, late into the run-up.
Almost a 1 second gap to the leader. 10 laps to go.
Ambrose holding on steady. Castle, the next lapped car ahead of him, but he's got no rush really. Because the next car behind him has Daniel Suarez, a lapped car. That's Michael McDowell in second. Bit of
I don't know
a...
what Suarez's plan here is. Besides, hey, I want to be the free pass, and I definitely don't want Ambrose to pass Castle.
You've been a bit loose there, Marcus Ambrose. Gained a lot of ground, Daniel Suarez and Michael McDowell.
Suarez could realistically unlap himself here.
If he
Although
does,
right,
that's going to open up a lane for Michael McDowell to potentially take advantage of.
Yeah, and that's gonna shift the free pass from Daniel Suarez to Shane Van Gisbergen instead.
Yeah, there's
Trackhouse
no
might be
real...
trying to get him
motive
to...
here.
Yeah, Trackhouse might be pushing for him to do that, just in case we do get one of those late race cautions to get both of the Trackhouse cars back on the lead lap.
That's definitely... Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Michael McDowell,
Michael
is
McDowell, I
gonna
told
to
you
that.
he'd be aggressive if he found the 99.
And McDowell does not have time to play around, and neither does Marcus Ambrose anymore, so he's already immediately going for a move on Landon Castle.
Yeah, he
Yep,
sees that 34. He wants to put a car gap behind him and Michael McDowell. And he will.
Yeah, Ambrose not playing games anymore. So see if Michael McDowell can follow him through. He will. He shoves him up the track.
You
Castle
know
does
how much
not
a
want to
win
deal
would
with
be.
anything.
You know how much a win would mean for the 34 after that points penalty? It would heal all wounds taken from that penalty if Michael McDowell can rally in these final laps.
Well, I
He's
don't
got
want to
about
say
5 laps
anything
to do it.
either, but currently Marcus Ambrose in 22nd in points. So if he wins, he would be in the playoffs and no longer have to worry about anything.
High stakes for everyone here.
Yeah, but who wants it more? Who wants it badly? Who would be willing to be aggressive for this?
Well, there's being aggressive and there's making up a second in, what, 3 laps? I don't think McDowell can do this.
Yeah, and As the great late Maury Walker said, you know, catching is one thing and passing is another. So even if he gets to Marcus Ambrose, can he do anything?
It would
He
take a
lost
big
another-
mistake from the 9 car at this point.
Lost another 2/10, although Ambrose does have Allgaier right in front of him, so could maybe take up some time.
Only 2 laps to go. I do want to highlight one driver who's sneaked their way into the top 10, Elliott Sadler.
Well, he's the points leader for a reason.
Hey, he's known for these late race charges to get to the front. So even if he's not intention to win, he's still up here, as Marcus Ambrose is going to take the white flag here at Nazareth.
And this is crunch time for McDowell, and it does not look like he can do it, although we've still got a couple corners to go. Allgaier going to move down on Ambrose.
I think she's going to let him go, actually. Which is fair enough.
He's not without some trouble.
What a try. We said at the top of the show, the road course racers might get it done, and Ambrose will.
Yeah, it's a road course ringer 1-2 as well with Michael McDowell.
That's a great race there. You love to see strategy in play.
Yeah, Eric Jones as well, top 5. And Reed Sorensen and Austin Dillon ran down the top 5. I did mention already, but Elliott Sadler getting another quiet top 10. David Reagan as well, Ricky Sinas Jr. And the late pit strategy worked out for Casey Atwood as he still gets a top 10. So does Eric Amarola. You see that 9 car burning it down.
Yeah, Legacy Motor Club, Almirola. He's in on points, I believe, at the minute, but that's a locked-in playoff spot for Ambrose. Good job by him and the team.
AT&T just sent me a heads up on the best plan for me.
That's cool.
They know what a pro wants.
What a pro needs.
Whatever makes me happy.
Sets you free.
And I'm
Thanking you for knowing exactly what a pro wants, what a pro needs. Whatever makes me happy sets me free. Good. A little bit flat. It'll get better.
AT&T provides proactive recommendations so you get what's right for you.
That felt nice.
Alright, after a very exciting race at Nazareth, we'll look over the point standings once again. So, no surprises here. Elliott Sadler is still the points leader. Can you believe that?
No.
Well, it's hardly a surprise that Sadler's leading, but what is a surprise is the second place driver, Brian Vickers. He's had a great run today, and that puts him in second of the standings here.
Pretty good day for Ford as a whole. And, behind him, David Reagan, Ricky Sinos Jr. also in the playoffs, as well as recent winner Marcus Ambrose. And rounding off the winners, it's Justin Haley, Trevor Bain, and King Van Gisberg.
And as we look at the drivers in the playoffs that are in on points but not locked in with a win, you've got Daniel Suarez topping the sheets there with 271 points and only 3 points behind. Yes. Sorry.
No,
and only 3 points behind him is Eric Jones. Then you've got AJ Allmendinger in 12th, Harrison Burton in 13th, John Hunter Nemechek in 14th, and the bubble, the 2 drivers in and the 2 drivers out. Austin Dillon is in 15th, separated by 1 point is David Spremy in 16th, and out of the playoffs at the minute, Travis Quappel and Regan Smith.
The couple more drivers just out of the playoffs are Casey Atwood, Ty Dillon, and Reed Sorensen, who are still hanging in there. And behind them is Michael McDowell, who is really feeling that points penalty right now.
And the last person I actually want to mention right now, having a pretty, I guess, quiet season, I'd say. Johnny Sauter finally makes his way into the top 35 in owners points, so he'll be locked in for the next race.
Very good job by him. Of course, Richard Childress, not one of the worst teams, but sort of not been able to find his footing until now.
Even last season, we saw Omenard almost win the title, and then Ty Dillon was just nowhere. So I don't know what it is with RCR that they just cannot run two cars for some reason. But where are we going next?
We're going not very far away from this track to the Pocono Raceway to keep up the Commonwealth double. More battles between Wawa and Feats are in store at the Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, we'll be learning some geometry next week, so hopefully we see you there at Pocono, and goodbye.